Do you find it hard to sleep at night? Then the Sleep Cove podcast can help you. Hi, I'm Christopher Fitton, the voice and clinical hypnotherapist behind Sleep Cove. Sleep Cove features sleep hypnosis, meditations, and bedtime stories, all designed to help those of you who struggle at night to achieve a restful and peaceful night's sleep. Search for Sleep Cove on Apple Podcasts or Spotify and see why Sleep Cove helps millions of people sleep deeply all night long.
Hello, Culture Kids! Grab your imaginary passports and your bags because it's time to become world-trodden explorers right where you are.
Hello. My name is Asher and I'm your host along with my mom, Kristen.
Today, we are going back to Morocco to visit Mr. Mohammed from Positively Morocco Tours to go camping out in the Sahara Desert and learn more about the Amazigh culture. Before we get started on our episode, we want to say a big happy birthday to Milo from New York City. Milo is turning 6 years old and he loves going on adventures with his big sister and trying different types of sushi.
I love sushi too. Thanks, Milo, and happy birthday.
And as we begin the new year, we also want to say thank you to all of our listeners, our partners, and guests that joined our community this year. Culture Kids is a platform created for the community and by the community to plant seeds of empathy, build bridges, and as our 6-year-old listener Marley Sherwin shared, our show creates love around the world. Our family's goal is to keep our show free and accessible to every child, and our show is supported solely by volunteers. As we expand our mission and grow into a nonprofit organization, if you'd like to support us, please leave us a 5-star rating on Apple or go on our website at culturekidsproductions.org for any support you'd like to provide. Thank you again for being a part of the early stages of our journey, where every story we share helps create a more peaceful, connected, and unified world for generations to come. Okay, Culture Kids, I am so excited to return to the Sahara Desert. This time, we'll arrive after sunset as we'll see stars sparkling and shining like nowhere else in the world.
I see stars everywhere, but I guess it will be brighter and shinier there.
I guess so. Our culture train is around the corner. But Asher, do you remember what we learned about last time we were in Morocco?
Well, we learned about the Amazigh culture and that they're also called Berber too.
That's right. We learned that the Amazighs are the indigenous people of Morocco and they live in parts of North Africa. And then we had an amazing time sandboarding down the dunes of the Sahara.
That was so cool. I fell one time in the sand, but it didn't hurt at all. But I fell in the camel poop. But anyways, let's go back for more adventures.
Okay, everyone, grab your bags because we're about to hop on the culture train. Camels, goats, and sheep roam the vast lands and warm, bubbly cups of mint tea are shared beneath the endless sky. Get ready because we're heading to...
All aboard!
The Sahara Desert in Morocco. Welcome to Morocco. We've just arrived in the Sahara Desert and the night air is refreshingly cool. The vast sand dunes glow softly in the moonlight, stretching endlessly in every direction, their curves like a beautiful work of art. It's so peaceful here, the stillness so deep, as if the desert itself is holding its breath, waiting for the sunrise.
It's very dark here and the sand feels chilly under my feet. Oh, look! I see a nice campfire over there and some chairs. Is that for us?
I hope so. It looks so cozy. Oh wait, I think I see Mr. Mohammed. Let's walk over a little closer.
Hi, Mr. Mohammed.
Hello, Asher. Hello, Kristen. Welcome back to the Sahara Desert again. And welcome to your desert camp.
It's chilly here, but it's so beautiful. Can we sit by the fire? It looks so bright against the black sky.
Yeah, here, grab a blanket. It's warm by the fire.
Thank you. And one for you, Asher.
Thank you. Ooh, it's nice and plushy.
Yes, first, let's have a cup of tea.
Ooh, right. Can I pour it myself? I can make the bubbles this time.
Ah, good memory, Asher. Last time we learned that serving tea upon arrival is an important part of Moroccan hospitality. And the key to serving the tea is to create as many bubbles as you can by pouring the teapot high above the glass so that bubbles will form.
Like a waterfall.
Exactly.
Here's the teapot, Asher. Thank you, Mr. Mohammed.
Uh-huh.
It's a little heavy, so I'll help you. I'm enjoying this warm cup of mint tea with the bright glow of the fire in front of me. And looking up, I cannot believe this is the same sky I see back home. There are thousands of stars twinkling like bright diamonds. And if I look closely, I can even see the hazy, glowing band of the Milky Way stretching across the sky like a shimmering river of light.
It looks like someone sprinkled fairy dust over the whole entire sky. And wait! What is that? That star just moves super fast like a laser light. Are those shooting stars?
Yes, it's a shooting stars. Here in the desert where there is no light in the camp, so we can see like a lot of stars and even more shooting stars.
When it's really dark, like here in the desert, there's nothing around to block the stars, so you can see them so much better. The dark sky lets us spot meteors as they zip through the air, burning up before they even hit the ground.
Is the rest of Morocco like this too? Or are there cities and beaches? What is it like?
So, as I want to explain to you, whatever you want to see in all over the world, you can find it in one country, Morocco. We have beaches, including the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea. And also we have waterfalls, mountains, lakes, forests, and also like we have the Medinas, which is like the old cities.
Wow, there's waterfalls, beaches, mountains, and this desert. Morocco is magical.
It sounds like the landscape is very diverse here, and I'm going to assume the weather is as well.
Yeah, because it's chilly here. I thought the desert was always hot.
So for the Sahara weather in summertime is hot, can arrive to 45 degrees Celsius. But even if it's hot, it's dry, not humid, which is good.
Dry, not humid? What does that mean?
Good question. So imagine you're standing outside. If the air is dry, it feels like a warm oven. But if the air is humid, it feels wet and sticky, like you're wrapped in a wet blanket.
I think I'd rather be the dry oven.
Me too. Are there still visitors in the Sahara Desert during the summertime, even though it's so hot?
Of course, even like in the Sahara Desert in summertime, there's like other kind of people that come in to visit the desert to do the sand bath.
Sand bath? Like a bath in the sand?
That's right.
Rub-a-dub-dub. I'm in the sand.
Like people in midday when it is very hot, they bury them in the sand dunes, which is good for rheumatism.
I've heard of this too. The warm sand is believed to help with sore muscles or joints and make people feel better. But don't worry, they make sure to drink lots of water and only do it for a short time so they stay safe in the heat.
Sounds kind of fun. I mean, I buried myself in the sand at the beach once. We made a gigantic mountain on my belly. I feel really warm now.
Yeah, it's getting nice and toasty.
So, what are we doing tomorrow? What else do kids enjoy doing here?
Later, Usher, we will go to sea to find like fossils that exist millions of years ago.
Huh? Fossils? Why are the fossils here?
Did you know that the Sahara Desert, like millions of years ago, it was underwater? That's why we found a lot of fossils here. And even we found some part of dinosaurs was living here in the Sahara Desert.
You mean all of this was an ocean millions of years ago?
Oh yes, thank you for mentioning this. As Mr. Mohammed said, millions of years ago, the Sahara Desert in Morocco was covered by a huge ocean filled with sea creatures like sharks and giant fish. When the ocean dried up, the animals' bones and shells were buried under the sand and turned into fossils over time. That's why people today can dig in the Sahara and find fossils like shark teeth and ancient sea creature bones, showing what lived there long ago.
I forgot how old the Earth is. I can't wait. I'm going to find a dinosaur fossil. But there's nothing but sand here. So where are the fossils? I mean, I did see a lot of rocks back there where the streets are. Are they there?
So, when you hear the word Sahara, you will think about just sand. But the Sahara, there is two kinds. You can find like the Erg, which is sand, and Hamada, which is the black desert. Black desert means where you can find like the deep of the ocean millions of years ago. You can find like black stones.
Cool. So the Sahara Desert doesn't just mean sand and more 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 sand.
Exactly. It also has areas covered in black stones and rocky ground. The Sahara landscape can be quite diverse.
Roarsome!
So I have to ask, I did notice that Mohammed is a very popular name, not just here in Morocco, but everywhere in the world.
Yeah, I know Mohammed back home too. He's nice like you.
Is there a cultural or religious significance to the name?
Good question. So about the name Mohammed is like the one of the most popular name, I think, in all over the world. First boy, we name him Mohammed. And the first lady, we name her Fatima. In Morocco, you will find a lot of Mohammed and a lot of Fatima.
A lot of Mohammeds and a lot of Fatimas. So if you're the oldest son, your name is Mohammed. And if you're the oldest girl, you're Fatima.
That's right. That is only in Arab Muslim countries.
Thank you for sharing that. In some cultures and families, there are names that are carried down for religious or cultural reasons. In Asher's daddy's family, the second syllable of every oldest boy's name ends with Hwan. So Asher's Korean name is Sung Hwan. It's just a cultural family tradition that has been passed down for generations.
I didn't know that, but do you have to do that?
Well, every family and culture is a little different, but in our family, it's not a rule. But it's a special tradition that helps us feel close to our ancestors and our culture. Passing down a family name is something that many families do all around the world, no matter their culture, religion, or background. It's just a way to honor loved ones and keep their stories and memories alive.
That's cool. Last time we were here, we saw lots of hands on doors, signs, and even t-shirts. Like a hand with the fingers touching and the palm showing. What is that?
Yes. I believe this is called Fatima's hand. Could you tell us more about the significance of the symbol?
Yeah, the Fatima hands, it gives you good luck in our culture, but that is not in the religion. You will find it like people hang it like a necklace, or you found it in the front of the door or in the car. It's like protection to protect you from bad eye.
One very interesting thing to note is that the Hand of Fatima is a symbol used by different people around the world, especially in parts of the Middle East, North Africa, and the Mediterranean in many different religious and cultural groups. It's often seen as a way to bring protection or good luck.
Like a four-leaf clover.
Similar, yes. So when we first hear about a tradition like this, it might seem different from what we're used to. But if we take a closer look, we might realize that we all have symbols or objects at home that represent similar ideas. To our culture kids, what's something you have that you believe brings you good luck or makes you feel safe?
The fire is getting low now. What are we doing next? Is it bedtime?
Almost, but not quite. I think Mr. Mohammed's friends and family are coming to join us for some music and dance.
and also with our traditional dress and scarf. And then we will sing some Berber music, and also we will dance Berber dance, and even we will dance the camel dance.
Woo-hoo! Party time!
Actually, before they arrive, Mr. Mohammed, can you teach us a few words in the Amazigh language?
Of course, I can teach you some easy words so kids can learn. Hello in Amazigh is Azul.
Let's try saying that together.
Azul.
Azul.
Oh, that's good. And also, the easiest one also is Tanmirt. Tanmirt is thank you.
Let's also try saying this together.
Tanmirt.
Tanamirt. Wait, do you hear that? I hear the drums.
Here comes our friend. They are here with the drums. We're gonna go dance.
Cool.
Well, before we start, we do have to say goodbye to our culture kids because they do have to catch their train and go home. If you'd like to find out more about what it's like to visit Sahara or other fascinating cities in Morocco, please contact Positively Morocco Tours and ask for Mohammed. All of this information will be available under our show notes.
Bye, everyone. Join us next time.
Have a good night, culture kids.
Joke time! I'll go first.
Okay, go.
How can you hide in the desert?
How?
You use camouflage. Because camels live in the desert, but camouflage?
Yes, because camouflage helps animals hide and blend in. Excellent. Okay, my turn. How do Earth, Saturn, and Neptune organize a party?
How?
They plan it.
Oh, I get it. Because plan it?
Yes, like you plan a party, but Saturn and Neptune are planets, so.
I get it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We have a lot of cool episodes coming up this year, so please don't forget to subscribe and tell everyone you love about Culture Kids. Thank you for all that you do, and see you next week.
Hi, friends. Are you looking for a new podcast? Maybe something you can share with your littles? Something that has some storytelling in it? Well, then look no further. We have Storytime with Philip and Mommy, where my son and I sit and discuss all the great books that you might love while we read them. So, Little Golden Books, Berenstain Bears, and even the new classics like Bluey. We sit down, we read, we discuss, and we have so much fun doing it. Come and join us. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.